So I'm going to be making a video on some tips of buying games off Craigslist. Just some tips I've acquired over the years. Go to your city's Craigslist. Now if you're it just depends on what kind of stuff you're looking for, but just like what kind of games you're looking for. But I have a couple tips of just looking for games in general, like retro games in general. Okay, let's see. Let's type Atari or something. You'll find a bunch of that crap. Anyway, if you just type if you just go to the video game section, here's what you're gonna find. Oh, hold on. If you just go to video games, you just search video gaming, here's what you're gonna find. Wii, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed, Red Dead, Xbox, Doom 3, and all that shit. You're not gonna be able to, it's gonna be hard to find older games if you just go to video gaming, because a lot of this shit is like PS3 and stuff. So some of the things I've done is, here's one that gets a lot of results. Even if you're not looking for Sega stuff, I have found a lot of since the Sega Genesis is the most common game system you can pretty much find. It's like retro, and like people who are selling multiple systems and selling multiple games and all that stuff. If you just search Sega in the video gaming section, you will find a lot of things. Okay, look at that. 3 giant-ass arcade machines. Smoke-free home. Look at photos of each item to determine if it's what you're after. See? That's some pretty nice shit right there. All because I searched Sega. It's one of these games. It's a Sega game. And look at that. I just searched Sega, and it turns up a result for an NES. A guy selling a bunch of NES games. He's also selling some Sega games, but mainly it's NES stuff. And look at that, Virtual Boy in the box, $80. And a lot of people will put Sega in their tags because a lot of people look for Sega stuff. Like, here we go, Sega. Even though this shit has nothing to do with Sega. And sometimes you will find actual Sega stuff. You'll probably find a bunch of it. But hell, even if you are looking for Sega stuff, look at that shit. A complete in-box Dreamcast with 7 games for $100. It's kind of pricey, even if it's complete in-box, but still, it's kind of fair, actually. Don't pay for this shit. You can do it for free. Anyway. Another thing I've found helpful is you just search, if you just search NES, you'll find a bunch of things, but not that many people really, put NES in their tags. Yeah, there'll be a lot of NES posts, but I've learned that if you just type NES, or if you just type, like, let's say we're looking for a Vectrex. You ain't gonna find shit for that. So if you're looking for a rare game, another thing I've learned to search for is you search words like vintage in the video gaming section. Usually there are more, but here is one that I've seen recently. That shit's pretty nice right there. I've seen this game, it's very fun. $699 for a working one of these, that's pretty damn fucking cheap, man. Classic. A bunch of video games and video game accessories for sale. Not really that interesting stuff, but you will find You might find some stuff here. Another thing I found helpful to search is retro. Look at that. Now that's a pretty damn good listing right here. This guy is selling a Sega Genesis, an N64, and an Atari 2600. Game, Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition with case. I actually have that with the case. Mortal Kombat 3 with the case. Altered Beast with the case. Okay, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat, Road Rash 2, Sonic 2, Ren and Stimpy, Aladdin, NBA Jam for 64, Super Mario 64, Gretzky's 3D Hockey, GoldenEye, Nuclear Strike, Mario Kart 64. You sick fucker. You know it's spelled with a K. Zelda Ocarina of Time. Atari. For the Atari, Mega Mania, Circus Atari, Combat, Asteroids, Warlords, Pac-Man, Demon Attack, Freeway, Street Racer, Kaboom, Enduro, Space Invaders, and Miss Pac-Man. And it's also open for trade. Not too great of a listing, but hell, there are a lot of games listed here to pick and choose from if you're just looking for games. There's another one I found pretty interesting recently. Some old PC games from the late 90s and early 2000s. It ranges... Okay, Knights of Old Republic 2, Knights of Old Republic, Diablo 2, plus Lord of Destruction, Diablo, Neverwinter Nights, Fallout 1 and 2, Total Annihilation, Risk, Sims 2, Sims, SWAT 3, Warcraft 3, Mafia, StarCraft, Homeworld, Command & Conquer Generals, Cossacks, European Wars, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six on PC, Battle Chess, Icewind Dale 2, Icewind Dale Heart of Winter, Stronghold, Heavy Gear, Lord of the Rings, Battle of Middle-earth, Unreal Tournament 2004, that's an awesome fucking game right there. Rome Total War, Medieval Total War, and Shogun Total War. It also just depends on what time of the year you're looking on Craigslist for stuff, and it also depends as to, like, around what time of the week on Saturdays in particular. I see a lot of stuff. Also Sundays. Actually, mainly on Sundays, because a lot of people can't get off on Saturdays, but they can get off on Sundays. If you search on Saturday, you're going to get a lot of listing from a bunch of 15, 16-year-old kids, which those can be good listings sometimes. Then on Sundays, you'll find a bunch of them from adults and stuff, because they're off work, and sometimes adults just don't know what they're selling. Like on here a couple times, I've seen VIC-20s and Commodores go for like $10. I haven't bought any of them, but I've seen them. I wish I had bought some of them. And here is a really, let's see, how many? Rare original NES with 9 games. See? Don't trust shit like this. This idiot thinks the NES is rare. What the fuck? One controller. Okay, 10, 20 separate. Okay, I can't tell what this guy's saying. This guy seems to have some good games, but this guy's a fucking dipshit. That's way too damn expensive for an NES. He should knock the one off of it. It will be fair. That's another Craigslist tip. Avoid people saying NESs and shit are rare. A lot of the things people say are rare aren't, although some things that people say are rare, sometimes they are. Like that arcade machine back there is pretty rare. And of course another tip for Craigslist is you post want ads of old games and stuff. I've done this a couple times and I've found some pretty sweet shit. I have a friend who posted old computer stuff, and he also wants old game stuff, nothing newer than 2000, and he's gotten like 20 fucking replies already. So just search around and you'll find a lot of stuff. Let's see. Oh, look at that. That's a very nice right there. That's $10 less than an unopened, than an opened NES is worth. And this one is an unopened NES. Those run for like, those things run for like $900 fucking dollars on eBay. I say that'll be worth it. And also another Craigslist tip is if it's too far away from your house, depending on what it is, you should go or not go for it. As for this would be totally worth traveling about an hour. And for other things like NES Final Fantasy for 180 bucks, that's pretty nice actually. We'll leave that alone. But yeah, if you have to travel all the way like to fucking Milton or something in my case, just for some $5 NES games, some of which are worth less, some of which are worth more, give or take, that's not really that worth it. It just depends on where you are. And I think I've rambled on enough about some Craigslist tips. I might post some more later. But I'm kind of getting off topic now. Well, like, yeah, that's a couple of my Craigslist tips that I've used for buying some games and shit. So, like, share, and favorite, and all that crap. Subscribe too. Collector Jimmy out. Peace!